Dream of a lifetime, personal goal or bucket list. Call it what you wish. The world is filled with once-in-a-lifetime thrills. Live the glory of Rome, Venice, and Florence. Visit the Vatican and Sistine Chapel. Tour the ancient Colosseum and imperial ruins of Palatine Hill. In Rome, we will visit the city's main slaughterhouse. According to a 2014 article in The Guardian, today the complex is a jigsaw of different entities: a modern art gallery, a school of architecture, a music school, an organic supermarket. There is a weekend farmers market and a cafe. Parts of the complex are yet to be developed, and this provides a fascinating reminder of the original purpose of one of industrial Rome's most significant buildings. Next, we'll find our own treasures at Monte's Vintage Market. Not far from the Colosseum, you'll find a fantastic urban market every weekend held in the conference hall of Grand Hotel Palatino. The market is a blend of contemporary creativity and vintage fashion. Next, we'll visit the Casa del Cinema, located in a beautiful public park, which is a dreamland for film fans. This cinema has special presentations where you may even get the chance to mingle with directors, producers, and stars. You can expect to see films from the most recent Venice Film Festival. Next, we're off to Venice, where water buses are a fun and affordable travel option. We'll head into one of the city's residential neighborhood where there's a surprise on every corner. We'll wander through the Rialto Market with the Grand Canal. If you're happy to swap a sit-down meal in a restaurant for a stand-up snack, you can get a chance to rub shoulders with the locals. You can knock back a proper Italian breakfast consisting of coffee and a pastry. When you're stomping through Venice's hot streets all day, the desire to jump into one of the canals can be overwhelming, but do not do this. The water is stagnant and filthy. Instead, we'll take the Vaporetto to the Lido, then hire bikes at Lido on Bikes and head down to the island to Alberoni Beach. Next, we're off to Florence, where we'll visit some of Italy's best museums, beautiful cathedrals, and churches, interesting streets and squares with elegant buildings and shops. Michelangelo's David, probably the most famous sculpture in the world, is in the Galleria dell'Accademia, as well as other sculptures by Michelangelo. You'll also find an interesting collection of musical instruments by the Medici family. Next, we're off to Vatican City, where we'll visit the Vatican Museum and participate in the first guided tour permitting access to areas of the museum normally closed to the public. The extraordinary opening of the Chapel of Nicholas V, or the Bramante Staircase, or the Cabinet of Masks will further enrich an already precious and unique itinerary. We'll then visit the Sistine Chapel. The fame of the Sistine Chapel lies mainly in the frescoes that decorate the interior, and the most particularly the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the Last Judgment of Michelangelo. You will ascend Bramante's famous smooth and stepless spiral staircase in a private area of the sacred space, where you'll see Michelangelo's extraordinary ceiling masterpiece. We'll tour the ancient Colosseum and imperial ruins of Palatine Hill. According to a 2014 article in History.com, the Colosseum, built in 70 AD, has been the site of celebrations, sporting events, and bloodshed. Today, it's a major tourist attraction, playing host to 3.9 visitors each year. Restoration efforts began in the 1990s and have proceeded over the years as the Colosseum continues to be a leading attraction for tourists from all over the world. We will also visit the imperial ruins of Palatine Hill. With a past that predates the city itself, Rome's Palatine Hill holds an important place in the history of the Eternal City. Today, only ruins remain, but during the imperial era, the hill was completely built up with large palaces. The hill has a strong link to Roman mythology. It was on the hill that the Roman Empire began.